What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Live Streaming Cubed. I got a great, exciting episode today. We're going to be learning about interactive online shopping experiences on amazing software that I've just learned about, and I wanted to share this with you. I think that all of us out there that have a service, which is something I would have never considered, should consider going on a website of such to sell our services. So it's not only products, which was my misconception, but it's also services that can be sold on platforms of such. So I'm excited. I have George Conti today with us, and he's going to be showing us all about Reactive Live Shopping. It's a platform that anybody, I think, can benefit from if you have a business or a product or a service. So we're going to get right to it. 30 minutes might go over, but I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and bring out George and let's give him a welcome. Hi, George.
Hi, DeeJae. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. I enjoyed meeting you after Marco's show. We were talking about e-commerce there, and here we are, and we're going to be talking about Reactive today.
Absolutely. So it's interesting because when I ask people about live shopping, right, I usually don't get an answer that people understand what live shopping is about, even though it's a $20 billion business already here in the United States alone. And around the world, it's over a $500 billion business. It's not very well known amongst people. So I'll start off just kind of like talking a little bit about what live shopping is and where is that $20 billion business today to get us started. So the way I would describe live shopping is it's really a live interactive shopping experience. Never before have we been able to do this with technology until just in the last few years, where you can actually have like a live stream come directly onto your website, and during that live stream, both the audience, the customers, can interact with the host of the show, right, and in a way that they can purchase right through the stream, and they can engage directly, so customers can get their questions answered, and they can understand better about the benefits of the product. So they could become, more willing to purchase the product. So as a merchant, right, what you really want is you want to increase your sales. And this is one way that you can use Reactive Live Shopping on your own website in order to increase your sales. Now, where most of this is today, most of it, I would say, is not on websites, your own websites. A lot of it is in social media today. But it's interesting enough, some of the social media channels are moving away from live shopping because it's not their mainstay. In my opinion, it's really, social media aspects are really what they're doing. And then there's like a marketplace type of an approach. That's the second area where you see a lot of it today. But the third area, which is the growing area that we're involved in, is actually doing live shopping directly on your website. And the advantage to doing it on your website as opposed to doing it in some of these other places is, one, you're in complete control of what goes on. So whenever you do a show on anyone else's platform, you have to follow their rules, including you don't always get all the data as well. So when you do it on your website, not only can you do the show the way you want it to, but you can also get all the data. So with the advent of cookies being removed in the future, right, people are looking for ways to collect information so they can better target their customers for the products that fit their needs. Live shopping is a way that you can collect that first party data.
Wow.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that's good. I just want to point out like the difference, because again, I found this fascinating that it's on your own website, and you already said it's not a social media platform like Instagram or social media, Facebook, and it's not a marketplace. We all know the big marketplace, so you're not competing as well, but it's on your website. And I love that you even brought up analytics, which is so important. I think moving forward, analytics is something that any business owner should be always considering, looking into, following up on, and being aware of. So even that, I find that like something I would have never thought of. So I appreciate you even making that point. Very valid, very valid. Continue.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. So, it's great because I always find that people buy from people. You want to humanize your brand, right? So yeah. A regular product page, you can't do everything you want on a flat product page. With a live shopping show on your website, you certainly can bring the personality of your business and humanize your business through a live shopping show. And in the end, when you do this, you're building up more of a trusted, loyal following, which will, pay dividends in the long run for your business.
I agree. And it is on your website. I mean, you're driving traffic to your website, which is something that everyone wants. Everyone wants to get people off social media and onto their websites, into their
Yeah, and it creates a community too. So part of what happens here is, you have a chat capability, which is the way your customers will interact with your hosts, right, through chat and polls and emojis, right? And you can start to create this whole social community. So, for example, when you go into a store and you're looking at products, right, you generally just kind of do that in a vacuum. At least I do. Sometimes you reach out potentially, and you might talk to somebody who's next to you and ask them, hey, what do you think about this product? But what happens in social media, in a social setting where you get social proof, is that people will start to chime in these chat sessions, and they'll say, oh yeah, I've used it before, I like it, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm a bigger size and it really fit me well, right? So you start to build up this community of information that you don't necessarily get. You wouldn't have found that out even in a store potentially, unless you were to walk up and ask somebody, hey, have you used this before? How did it work for you? So
Yes.
in that kind of setting, you get that feedback that's very, very, very valuable to make you feel comfortable about your purchases. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another aspect. I never thought about that.
Yeah. And what you're able to do, you're able to do live demonstrations of your product, for example, or tutorials of your product, whatever makes sense, discussions about your product. And people interactively then can ask questions while you're doing the demonstration or the tutorial, so they can really feel that they believe that the product is built specifically or will work specifically for them, rather than a product page where they just get information and they really don't know specifically if it's going to work for them. So by having the ability to ask those questions and interactively having the host then respond back to them either through chat or through voice right through the live stream, they can get that better sense of the usage of the product in their particular environment, how that would work for them, which would then drive them to potentially purchase the product. Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think if other people are talking about what a great product it is, it's going to make me want to buy it even more. And having that in real time. And like you said, a community, I talked about community in previous episodes, and that's something that such a fan of, is services or websites or just businesses that really focus on having a community, because that's so important. So I think that that's another interesting part that you wouldn't normally consider when you're shopping so much, is the community aspect of it. So who would have thought? I love that.
Yeah, you get the social proof. That's really very helpful. Today, you can get some social proof where you can look at the reviews associated with the product, and maybe you'll find your answer in the reviews, right? But again, that potentially could be a review from somebody who maybe you didn't quite ask the same question that you asked. So I think you get even a little bit better overlay when you do it live with the host on the live shopping interaction live stream. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, questions are great. Chat, if you have any questions for George, please ask them. I think this software is just incredible in its power and its uniqueness, that it's something to consider, honestly, as we move forward. And I mean, technology just continues to change and evolve, and we're always trying to find a way to stay ahead and to, yes, build community, because that's such a powerful part of having a business. And this tool allows for that. This software allows for that too. So, I mean, it's win-win. And who doesn't want to increase sales? Who doesn't want to? For me, I'm a live fan. I encourage businesses to have a live stream. But if they're going to live and they're going to demo or show tutorials of their products in between and change it up as they want. And you showed me a lot of features when we were having our one-on-one Zoom call, and I really enjoyed that. And I was just like, wow, this is really, really unique and different.
Yeah. And so, from a sales perspective, conversion rates are usually much higher than you get from a website. For conversion rates, 30% or more is not unlike, what you can get in a live shopping show. So that's, and your order value also often goes up in a live shopping show. And I think what drives a lot of this is is if you really make it fun. So what we do, which is different than a lot of live shopping services that are out there, is we quote unquote, we gamify, we give you gamification around the sales tools that's offered with Reactive, right? Because you really, millennials, Gen Z customers, they want an experience. They want to be entertained, right? So you want to have a show that's going to be fun and entertaining. So, for example, some of our offers, like they have countdown timers built into the offers to create some excitement. And we make it easy for people as well in the live stream in order to purchase. So everything is built right in. There's no coupon codes associated with trying to get a discount. Our discounts are built right into the stream, right? The products are built right into the stream. So you just can look at the products and see that you get the discount automatically when they're offered, and push the buy now button, and then bingo, you've got it, right? It's as easy as that. And you can take these products, you can make them time oriented based as well. So you basically create a FOMO effect, meaning that, hey, the product's only going to be offered at this price during this show while it's offered. So as soon as I push the button and I say it's not offered anymore, then that's going to be it. It's going to be gone. So if you really think that you could use it, or you just, that's the time that you want to buy it, right then during the show.
Yes, that's a great technique, good strategy for sales. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
well, you want to get that deal. Who doesn't want to get that deal? And you're already there, and you're already considering it, and there's already interest, at least from a shopper's perspective, from a consumer's perspective. I would want to save money and get that product as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we do too is we have a couple other things that from a gamification perspective that makes it fun. We have ability to provide discounts out to the audience, but not to everybody. So you can define, hey, I only want maybe 25% of the people in the audience, or 10%. Pick the percentage number of the people in the audience in order to get the discount. So this way it helps to keep your margins up, but it gets the ball rolling. The people that get the discount, they'll start to buy, the emojis will start to fly, right? The host can talk it up. They can say the names of the people that have bought the products, right? And you start to get this whole, social selling that goes on here. So that's one way to kind of create excitement and get the ball rolling without totally offering discounts to everybody. And then there's time-based discounts as well that we have, where you start off with a larger discount to a small, but you only offer a small number of them. And then over the next, say, 10 seconds, you offer a smaller discount, but a larger number of them. And the last few seconds, you offer even a smaller discount, but even a larger number than them again. So it encourages people to purchase right away. If they want to get it, they want to get the largest discount. So they go ahead, push that button, go ahead and purchase right away. And all the graphics that go on during this as well is very exciting and creates a real entertaining environment. Mm-hmm.
It sure does. I absolutely have. So with Restream, we don't have those capabilities. We don't have those gaming capabilities. I know there's other softwares that do. There's other platforms like Twitch, which is a gaming platform that really has widgets that incorporate stuff like that into their streaming software. And sometimes I'm like, gosh, I really would love to have those gamifications into my stream. And that's actually something I'm going to talk about. I'm going to have to go ahead and give myself my plug for my masterclass that's coming up this Thursday. It's going to be great. That's something I'm going to be talking about, is gamification. And I've been looking into other software that actually offers that to build engagement, to build community, to have that funness and that entertainment provided during the experience as well, because you hit the nail on the head. Like, we know how important that is. And you want them to come back again the next time, so they feel like, wow, that was a really great, exciting time. I got a really good value. I got a really good product. I mean, just all the bells and whistles, right? You want them to totally want to consume that moment in the future again. So thank you so much for really sharing. I would love to see a little bit about it. Let's go ahead and pull up your demo account and we'll see if we can get that shared. So we can just show a little bit about what you have been talking about, because I know people got to be on the edge of their seats. I'm going to say hi to Juana. Juana's here. Thank you, Juana, for hanging out and stopping by. And Wendy from last week. Wendy, we talked about taming your tension. So another great episode. Go check that out on the YouTube. That's the easiest place to find it. And yes, Mackenzie, thank you. I am also looking forward to my masterclass. I will be having a code in the bottom. So if someone wants to come, they can use that code, but I only have 2. So kind of like what you said, gamification, I'm only going to give out 2 using that code. If you grab it first and you use it, then you're in. And then if not, you miss out, right? So let me go ahead and pull up our share here and let me know how that looks. I know it's going to take a minute for it to kind of clean itself up. We were testing it in the back. We were playing with the screen share. So we'll see if this demo comes out. So you guys can see what, as a creator, what do you call him, George, as the person that is doing the live stream?
The producer,
seller?
I would say, you're the producer, the person in front of the control panel. That's what you see. I have 2 browser windows open here. On the left-hand side is the reactive control panel. We call it the content producer app. And on the right-hand side is your website, right? And inside of your website is this floating embed. And this is your live stream that runs inside of your website. It can come up on the first page. It can come up on the second. It can come up on any page you want or all the pages that you want, right? And it can follow you around through the site as well. So as you're doing the show, you might be a host, and maybe you might have somebody in the background that's running the control center for you, right? So you don't have to do double duty. That's what I see a lot of. And if you want to go ahead and offer products, for example, you can just go ahead and click, and we import the products automatically for you right in from Shopify. So we're built up. We have a tight integration in with Shopify, but we also work with other platforms as well. I can give more detail after, if you contact me afterwards, I can explain to you how we work with other platforms. But here you can see I just offered a product, right? Easy peasy. I click on the product, and you can see you're still in the you're still in the live stream. You can see product pictures. You go ahead and you pick the attributes associated with the product. You click on the buy now button, and then we'll open up a new tab, and you'll be able to go ahead and purchase the product right here from the Shopify checkout. And you're still in the stream. You're still listening to the stream as you're checking out. And that's the way you can kind of get people started, by just offering some products directly right through the stream. You got emoji capabilities that are here. You have chat capabilities that are here as well. Anyone who joins the chat, you own all the data. You own all the video. You get all the email addresses of people in the chat. And that's important because not everybody will purchase, and even the people who do purchase, you want to have their email addresses so you can remarket to them after the show. Now let me go ahead. So in this particular case, we offered this for just this time. Right now, I went ahead and I ended the showcase. So this is an example of how you would offer a product just for a short period of time. If you want to have a product that's up more like a product carousel type of a thing, you can create that product carousel in Shopify. You can go ahead and publish that carousel. And now that carousel will show up on the bottom of your screen, and you'll be able to see this and be able to click on this just like you did before and purchase from it. And this is a way that you can offer products that'll be up during the whole time of your show. So if you want to go ahead and do a gift with purchase, right in the stream, you just say, hey, let me go ahead and select gift with purchase as an interaction. Select a product that you want to provide as the gift, add the gift, select the product you want to add for purchase, right? And then you go ahead and then you go and offer this. This is where you start to get some of the fun entertainment. You get the countdown in, create a lot of excitement. You now see the 2 products that are offered. The gift has a little gift icon associated with it. You would go ahead and select the variants of the 2 products, and you'd go buy now. And then when you check out, it would be completely taken care of for you. The product that was a gift would have a 0 cost, and you simply would just pay for the product that was the product that you wanted to purchase. So it really reduces the friction, DeeJae, right? It makes it a lot easier for you in order to do some more advanced things like this.
I love that carousel. You can get to pick. You said you make it easy to get your products up there. Yeah, whatever you have. Shopify, you said that you have integrations with Shopify, and I'm sure you have a few others. The gamifications, the emojis. I think that's that, again, creating that experience while someone's shopping and keeping them engaged, right? Because we talked about engaged, because that is one of the most important specific things about live streaming is the engagement, and you wanting to have those viewers.
Yeah, you might want to, and during the show, you might want to say, hey, you're going to have a special at the end, right? Keep people engaged. Maybe you do a gift with purchase at the end rather than do it in the beginning. You know, maybe you do use the gift drop, which I mentioned earlier, in the beginning to get things rolling. This is where you would select a certain percentage of a discount. You know, maybe I'll select 5% discount, but maybe I'll select that 95%, 50% or 70% of the people get it. So not everybody gets it, or 10% of the people get it. Yeah, I'm just going to select 95 so you can see it, but hopefully I'll get it. And then I go ahead and offer it. And now you get the engaging countdown, 3, 2, 1. Let's go see if we're the lucky recipient of it. And yes, I did get it. So I got my 5% off discount. Now this will show up down here as an icon, right? So whenever I go now and offer a product, or I purchase a product from the collection, that discount will then automatically be applied for me in the Shopify checkout page. You don't have to do anything more. This discount just automatically gets applied. No codes, no nothing.
No codes.
It makes it very easy. And discount grab is also a lot of fun too. You want to do more gamification during the show. This is, I mentioned this one earlier. It's a 30-second pattern. First 5 seconds, you offer a large discount. The next 10 seconds, you offer a lower discount. Last 15 seconds, offer even a lower discount. But you're increasing the number of people that will be able to claim it. So if I go ahead and select this, I'll just select the product to go along with it. And we'll go ahead and offer it. We get our fun countdown. I'm really excited. Now you can see the timer clicking down. If I purchase this within the first 10 seconds, then I'll get it. If I'm kind of indecisive and I don't purchase it, then I'm going to fall to the next tier, which would be the 10%, and then I would fall to the final tier, which would be the 5% off. So you can do this during the show, and it really will get things kind of rolling for you. It's really cool. And also like right inside, you can do polls right inside. I could offer a poll. Since we're running a little bit short on time, I'm just going to say this is like, what pants would you like to wear?
Okay.
With this blouse, right?
Right. So throw a poll up, have whoever's in the chat who's viewing what their preference is. You can offer that to them.
Jeans, right, shorts, and or it could just be chinos, right? So chinos. So just go ahead and add that. Now the poll comes up directly. You go ahead and you select your choice in the poll, right? We give you 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden you're going to see us aggregate the information, and you'll have the information as a customer, and you also have the information as a host. So everything we're doing here, right? All the excuse me, all the chat data that you have is all going to be yours. All the poll data is going to be yours, right? You're going to get all that information in order to
something to consider for the next stream. What products you want to have available and ready to go. Exactly. So you increase your chances of closing that sale and having a happy customer.
Right. Exactly.
Turning happy customer. We have a question in the chat. I want to pull this up for you so you can see it. Let's see. Jamie, hi. I'm glad you're here. Jamie says there is a small time delay in the demo between the live and the website version. Is that real, and is it customizable?
Okay, so this is a really interesting point. It's a great question. Thanks for asking, Jamie.
Yes, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, so latency is something that I've seen in live shows that can be that you want to really minimize. So the person who is the host will ask the question, right? And then what will happen is you have to wait for that video to actually be sent to the people that are in the audience, and And then potentially that you have to wait for them to even respond back to you if you're asking a question in a chat or a poll or type of a thing. So what we've done is we have a proprietary stack which minimizes latency associated with the distribution of the video. So usually you have about a 2-second latency with the reactive stack, which is really state of the art these days. So what you are seeing is just a small delay between the video which is being sent out to the customer and what is actually happening in real life. So that's by standards today, that's a really low delay. A lot of times you'll see in stacks today, you'll see more in the 5 to 15 second range of a delay. But we want to make this interactive. We want to make this fun. So that's what we've gotten it down to. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Great question. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie, for asking that and contributing to the conversation and just increasing our knowledge. That's a question I wouldn't have thought of. So, Jamie, if you can share a little bit of information about you and how you would use it if you find interest in this service and the software, and how would you use it? What do you have to offer? All of us. Wonderful. I'm just so curious. I saw Chris was here. So thank you, Chris, for popping through and saying hello. We appreciate the support. Wow. So a lot of features is what I want to say. A lot of features that really happen with the software. And is there anything else that I'm missing that you wanted to share? I know, like you said, we're 30 minutes. I try to keep it.
Yeah, there's a lot of features. There's a lot of features. A lot of features, more than we can go. But I'm just going to talk for a second about some of the features.
Sure.
Yeah. So we have a shop along feature, which is unique as well. Which is this notification capability. So basically, we can put a link up on the screen here, and this way, when the host says, "Hey, I want to go to a particular product page," so we're not a site takeover. We don't take over the full page. We actually have a full screen mode if you want to use it. But generally, if you want to, be able to navigate around, have them follow you around, have your customers follow you around the site, you can put a link up right here on the screen. They'll click on the link. It'll take the viewer directly to that product page, and it'll repaint the widget on the product page for you. So you'll be able to, navigate around and use the assets that you already have on your site. Other things that I think are significant are the replays. So as we're doing the whole show, we record the entire show, and we're able to play back the entire show. But it's not a static replay. It's a live replay. So, for example, what I mean by that is the chat is still live. People can still log into the chat during the replay, and they can still ask questions during the replay. They can still see the questions that were answered during the live show, and you can actually go back and respond back to them if they ask a question here, but you'll have their email. So it's a live chat even during the replay, and all the offers during the replay are live too. So if you want to, have a discount that goes during the replay, you want to offer products during the replay, these are all live as well. So you can continue that engagement level with your customers during the replay. And what's a little different than that is we can take your static videos that you have. So this video could be just a marketing video that you created for marketing on your site. You can give us that video, and we can make it into a shoppable video, just like your live video can be run then as a shoppable video. And we just add directly to it. Let me see if I can show you some of the. No, I have to leave it here. So here I'm leaving out of the console portion where you control the live show, and I'm going to a portion here which has recorded shows already. So if I just go to one of these, you got an analytics tab, and you go to edit capability. This is a video which has been uploaded. You could certainly then add a product showcase right to the video. This one has a collection that's been added to it, so you can take a plain video and make it into a shoppable video.
Wow.
So that's another key thing, right? You have the analytics, you've got shoppable videos, and you can embed these as well on your site. So afterwards, you can take these videos, these live videos that have been recorded, and you can put them into like a library page, and you can say, hey, here's all my my prior live shows, right? And you can make a live show page out of it as well. So that's a few of the interesting capabilities that we have. But please contact me some more. I'd love to give you a demo and talk about your personal business and how we might be able to help you. I've seen people where that are selling products really want to do this from a B2C perspective, and I also have seen people from a B2B perspective as well want to use live shopping. So think very broadly.
Yes. Wow. So many features. I know we haven't really we've only begun to scratch the surface, and it was such a quick demo tutorial, but really fascinating. Should I shut it down? You good? Okay. You did it. Good job.
I did it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That was really interesting. And I loved the first time I saw it. And again, I learned more the second time around, and it gets your mind going. How could I use this? Would this work for me? How can I implement this? But the key takeaways for me was it's on your own website. I love that you have a floating widget. I love that it's gamified. I love that you own your own data and your analytics is yours. I mean, I wrote down tons of stuff, the community aspect, the chat. And
it's easy to get started. Questions that we have, a lot of times people are asking, well, how do I get started? I've never done this before. Well, contact me. We're happy to help you get started. I'm happy to help. Yes. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Well, George, you're super knowledgeable in this, and I know that you could absolutely help anybody get started and have a wonderful, successful life doing selling what they want to sell, right? Selling what they love and what they're all about. So we have the website there. Go ahead, check it out, reactive.live. Really easy to remember. I think that's another smart marketing move. Just using that short and sweet. And then there's the website again with your name, why we're here. We are talking about Reactive Live Shopping, which is an amazing software that you can go and you can put on your own website. I have a question because we talked about analytics, but you get the analytics from within your creator mode. I'm not sure what you call it when you're behind the scenes.
You can download the analytics as well. So you get a CSV file download. You can put them in a spreadsheet, for example. And have all that analytics. We calculate things like
I love it.
Conversion rates, and you have number of views. You have things like that, which would be helpful.
I love analytics. So that's one of those questions that I'm always curious and I'm always asking, no matter where I'm at and what I'm learning about, and that's really super important. Again, as a business owner, those numbers will guide you for growth. So, all right.
Yeah, and what's interesting, I'll just add one more thing. What's interesting that is you look at how do you measure success of a live show? Well, obviously you want to look at revenue, you get revenue associated with the analytics. But I think that you also want to look beyond that. You want to look at how many people are added to that came after the show, immediately after, signed up as for your newsletters, right? Signed up for your product updates, things like that. What happened to your revenue after the show? Because you start to build a community up, right? And that's where, so that value just kind of goes on and on after the show as well. And with the replays.
Absolutely. Oh, and that was another thing. You can still keep the value, the entertainment, the discounts. I think you can kind of set it the way you want. And it can continue. I think you can just pick out when you're going to have the set replay. Say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to have a replay of this tomorrow or in 3 days or something. And then it's kind of preparing it and making sure that it's still relatively not the same. I mean, could you change it?
The replays, we can actually cut pieces out for you. We can help you if you want to take a piece of it. And
that makes sense.
To put it on a product page, for example, you could do that.
And the shoppable videos.
Yep, and just put it right on a product page. This cut might be from a segment where you associated with that product.
Yeah, and the library. I think that was another thing that a feature that you can keep track. Easy to track all your episodes, because I know on some of these social media platforms you lose episodes, and if you're not streaming to YouTube, you're not going to find this show or that show. So it gets kind of lost. So I think that's another important feature to consider as a live streamer. first of all, but when you're doing something of this magnitude and you're really trying to put out a good service and a good with your products or services, you want to be able to have access to that library. That's so important. Like, if you like this episode, go check out the other one, because we talked about this product and you can hear what the people in the chat were saying in that episode or in that show. So
absolutely.
Makes so much sense. Okay, friends, let's see. Do I have any more questions? Analytics. I know. Hearts. I know. I'm an analytics girl. Don't even get me started with the Google Analytics. I hope that, anyways, because of websites, right? So does it matter what website? You can have a website on SiteGround or WordPress.
We can work on any website. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you got a good tech team back there to help you, the developers.
Yep.
Oh, sounds great. All right. Let me see, Jamie. You got one more comment and I love it. I'm likely to be on the receiving end, DeeJae, but keeping abreast of technology changes like this helps form the future. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, Jamie. Thank you for contributing. Again, another fantastic comment. I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to close it here. George, I know we could keep going. I always say this. I'm like, I could keep talking and learning more, and because I'm already like engaged and I'm curious. Curiosity, that's another wonderful thing about humans is that we have that curiosity that we can really nibble at.
Absolutely.
All right, George, one final time, share your email, why people should contact you, and then I will share a little bit more about my masterclass. I would love to have people come.
Sure. My email is george@reactive.live. Very hard to remember. And you should contact me for any questions that you have or any follow-up you'd like to have with me. I'm happy to discuss, reactive live streaming and your situation. Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Thank you, my friend, for, again, joining me on this episode, being able to share this amazing software and this opportunity. Sometimes people just don't know what's out there, and, we can't keep up. It's hard. So the more we can share all these tools and resources and what would possibly work for your business, then, I think that just does a whole lot of good in this world. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and close it out. Again, there's my masterclass. It's this Thursday. And like I said, we're going to be talking about enhancing and engaging our live streams. And we already talked about gamification, and we talked about analytics and all those things that are really important about engagement, building engagement, knowing your engagement and all that. So, all right, George, another fantastic show. And I appreciate you joining me. And we're going to say goodbye.
Thank you for having me, DeeJae.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good one.